Hello and good day everyone. In this vlog, we'll be visiting Creemore, Ontario, which is part of Clearview Township, about an hour and a half north of Toronto, approximately 130 kilometers. Creemore, Ontario is home to Creemore Brewery, has the smallest jail in North America, a variety of delicious cafes and restaurants, and lots of outdoor activities.
Hello and good day everybody. Today we are on a mini road trip, and we're starting our mini road trip with Tim Hortons because we need a coffee, maybe an iced coffee, and we're probably gonna get my favorite breakfast sandwich, wrap. And we're gonna get the sausage farmer's wrap. Like, I think it's the best type of breakfast meal that you can have, and this is from all the fast food chains, specifically speaking. And this is from years and years of experience. And honestly, I always go back to sausage farmer's wrap. Think about it. You have the hash brown, you have the egg, you have the sauce, you have sausage, everything amazing. So yeah, we're gonna start off with that. I don't know what Mark's gonna get. Mark, what are you gonna get?
That sounds pretty good too, though. I think I'm gonna get that. I've never had it, so he sold me. He sold me on it.
Okay,
all right.
He's got to get the sausage farmer's wrap.
We're
gonna go. We got the sausage farmer's wrap. Here we go. All right, so we got the sausage farmer's wrap.
Look at those grill marks, bro.
I think it's my favorite breakfast item to eat. I know it may not look like a lot, but it's definitely packing. You know what I'm saying?
It's my first time having this, so let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. This is Timmy's?
No.
You really upgraded yourself, Timmy. Wow. Okay. All right.
Sausage wrap. Mm-hmm. Sausage farmer's wrap.
I can see why this is up there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
There you go.
We're going to eat this, and then we're going to head out. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Oh, look at that mountain. That's huge. You think we could hike it?
Oh, yeah. We should do a hike today. Because I think Creemore's got some trails or places that have hikes or trails.
That's sick. Do you know what they're called?
Nadagascar Caves or something like that.
Madagascar?
No, Nadawasaga. Nadawasaga.
Nadawasaga?
It's actually south of Wasaga Beach.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, so south of Wasaga, south of Collingwoon, you got Creemore, which is by Dundee. So in that area that we'll be doing it.
That's where our Airbnb is?
Yeah, so we're going to be in the border of Creemore and Dundee, but a lot of the places that we're going to visit are in Creemore.
Honestly, that just looks like a wallpaper.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think this is the one thing I like about driving on country roads or when you're doing long trips.
Yeah.
It's just not seeing buildings, seeing the scenery around, the green. Just feels good.
Have you ever ran through a cornfield?
No, I've never needed to. But why would you run through a cornfield?
I don't know. Just see how fast you could be in it, you know?
I've eaten raw corn though.
Oh, I haven't done that. How's that? Is that tough?
You can actually eat corn raw. Sweet.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty good too.
Isn't it tough to get through? Don't you need horse teeth?
I don't know. Corn, it's pretty good. You can chew it.
You know, in some cultures they call it maize.
Maize?
Yeah.
Well, what culture is this? Or do you mean it's just French, the French language?
I mean, they share it, you know? There's a few countries that share it. But yeah, maize. Oh yeah.
Yo, what is the go-to songs or music for road trips?
If I'm driving or if I'm
when you're driving,
passenger. Okay, if I'm driving, I switch to a few things. So I start off with a light podcast, right? About my my interests and everything, and then I move quickly to thought-provoking acid jazz.
Acid jazz?
Yeah.
What is
Have
acid?
you tried acid jazz?
I've never tried acid. I've never listened to acid jazz.
Yeah, same. It's a vibe. You'll get through a few clicks, man. Just not knowing you did it.
Yeah.
It's an adventure.
I think for me, I like EDM during the daytime. At nighttime, then I switch to maybe in the evening, if it was driving, probably some reggae, soca.
Oh, yeah.
But, and then I'll also do hip hop and stuff. But you're gonna get tired when you start doing the R&B stuff. Because you need to start doing what's it called, car karaoke.
Yeah.
Just to keep awake.
Oh heck yeah, all the time. You got to open the window too to get that breeze in. And
Oh, yeah.
you know.
I didn't realize how much uphill we had to go through just to go here. Like, that was a lot of uphill.
It just keeps going.
Yeah. Like, my car is very, very old. So if you're a car company that wants to sponsor me for these food drives or food tours, let me know. But my car cannot handle going uphill some places. I feel like it's gonna die. And when you're going down, oh my god, it's just like steep.
I was like, what's that smell?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Hey. Yo, so question, do you find the food more, I don't know, like organic? Like more farm feeling, kind of fresh ingredients, you know?
Actually, the reason why we're going to the Pine is that they use a lot of locally sourced ingredients for their restaurant.
Oh, there you go.
So Pine is also, just to let you guys know, is a top 40 restaurant in Canada. So not just Ontario, it's within Canada. They've been recognized as one of the better ones in Canada. And they're very, what's it called, locally sourced minded in regards to the ingredients that they use.
Nice.
So that's the reason why we're actually going to go check this place out. So I had a lot of people tell me it's really good. So a lot of people told me Pearl Morissette was good. And honestly, I love Pearl Morissette. Probably like my number 1, 2 favorite restaurant in all of Canada.
Wow.
So I'm so curious to see how the Pine does that, because I think they're very similar into that take, where they're using local ingredients from local farmers, trying to use locally sourced items, and just trying to tell stories. So let's see the journey on the journey from the products to the chef, everything. So definitely can't wait to hear that stuff.
Yeah, I'm curious. This is gonna be fun.
All right, so we're gonna do a tour of the outside. Here's Mark.
Hi.
I think he just did his tour as well. So yeah, we're out here in Dundee, which is like west of Creemore. So we're here at an Airbnb / cottage, which is pretty cool. Very nice trees. It's very, very beautiful. Like lots of plants, lots of different flowers, which is great. They have like a bird feeder here, which is cool. And they have like a small fire pit here, which is right by the water. So very serene when you're having a fire, listening to the water flow. Something that I always like to do. Usually it's by the lake. But this time here we have a river. This is called the Noisy River. And I think it's because it's very noisy. There's no fish in here yet, I think, from what I see. I should have brought my fishing rod, but I don't think there's any fish in here in the stream close as I can see, but who knows. All right, so as we continue, we're going to go ahead and, oh, sorry, this is the house, by the way, / cottage. It's a pretty big property. So it's surrounded by the river. And whoever takes care of the property in regards to the grass or maintenance in regards to the flowers is really good. Because everything looks beautiful here. Everything looks very maintained. Nothing looks like too shrubby. But yeah, this is it. Again, this is the river right there, which is the Noisy River. And now we're gonna take a look at the at the cottage / Airbnb. So we're gonna do the Airbnb tour / cottage. We already walked in here, so I'm not gonna pretend and say, hey, this is our first glimpse. This is one of the first bedrooms, the one Mark's mess. He's got all his camera gear and his equipment set up here. We're just charging it so before we head out. Here is the washroom or the bathroom it has a nice bathtub. Very clean looking. And this is the other main bedroom. So it's a 2-bedroom Airbnb / cottage, which is pretty cool. They have a small washroom or toilet here, which is pretty cool. It actually looks like a closet, but when you open it, bam, small washroom. Very, very beautiful windows, nice lighting. And then we go in here into the living area, which is also nice and spacious. I think this is a good place for having like up to 4 people. Anything more than 4 might be a little bit too busy or too packed. But yeah,
And then you get to see the outside where we were earlier. Just chill out. And then they have a very beautiful kitchen as well. I've always liked that navy blue grayish type of finish for the cabinets. I've actually wanted that for my house, but they only had black or white, unfortunately, for my choices, but definitely would like these at my house as well. All right, so we're entering the town of Creemore. Right now they have their Copper Kettle Festival, which is coming up August 24th. So it's a lovely city. Looks like we're in the downtown or the heart of it.
Clean up nice, don't we?
We do. So in this town, you have like cafes. There's some galleries here on the side. That's just a pretty cool town. You have your local village pharmacy and bakery. What's this? Lavender and lemonade. This looks pretty cool. Bank Cafe. They have scones and butter tarts. Smells good. And then, yeah, they got some like local stores here. Local shops, the pharmacy. All right, so they also have these splash pads, which is pretty cool for kids to play in. And they have these like public tables where you can just sit at and chill at the park, which is pretty cool. It's a really good community in regards to just hanging out, enjoying the town as it is. Probably grab a coffee, sit down, enjoy the life, you know? Hey everybody, we're here today in Creemore, Ontario, and we're checking out this wine bar, which just opened up a couple months ago, which is great. The place is called Chin Chin. It's run by a lovely couple. They actually started this, from what I heard, as the gentleman who runs the shop, Kieran, used to tell us, or used to facilitate and advise restaurants in Toronto of what wines are good. And then eventually they opened up their own shop. So let's go ahead and check it out. Always have a dream of starting a wine bar?
Yeah, I like.
Not okay.
Well, Tammy's not got a wine background per se.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's more like a drinker who likes the taste,
Yeah.
like food.
But it wasn't a plan to open this store.
No, it was pretty random. But like
It was super random.
I always loved stores growing up in England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of have these on most high streets.
So how do you guys do your selection of like the wines or?
Well, I actually select some wines for some restaurants in Toronto.
Okay.
And then like Cote de Boeuf and Union,
Okay.
Ossington Avenue. And then it's kind of like, you just, we'll put some of those out there.
Oh, I will find out.
Yeah, and then they just kind of learn as you go and get better and better. And wine is quite like a fascinating subject to me, so yeah.
I'm not quite knowledgeable in wine,
Yeah,
so I think I'm more on the
Yeah.
I drink and then
Yeah.
we'll see how, if I like it or not.
yeah, totally.
Definitely not a sommelier. I haven't taken any of those.
Oh yeah,
yet, but
no, I mean, that's normal, I think.
yeah.
It's also normal to feel intimidated by like wine, but it's also such a vast and like an endless subject.
Yeah.
Much like food, it's like it just keeps going and going, and then new wines come in like climate change. Like it's allowed England to make wine now. Or
Yeah.
like we went to Portugal and we tried sick wines that we couldn't pronounce that were like not in Canada. So it just I don't know. It's like a
I think it's sort of like also like whatever just resonates, right? Like
Yeah.
for me, like I'm drawn to labels, and then same thing. Like I think I feel like once you've had good wine, so, like even if you don't know
Yeah.
anything about wine, once you can tell the difference between a good glass of wine and like a not so great glass of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we have like flights. Yeah, whatever you guys are keen on. We have like a flight, which is kind of like a cool way for people to try like 3 different things. Like sometimes people want like a white, a rosé, and a red, just to try what they like. And then we do glasses. This changes like every day. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I think flights would be ideal. And you guys choose. So you mentioned that you guys take places. I guess ones from like internationally, but do you guys also source from locally around here, like probably the bench area down in
yeah, and Prince Edward County, and we've got some wines from Montreal,
Yeah.
like vineyards in Montreal, just east of the city, and then made in the city, and then we have stuff from up here, Georgian Bay. It's pretty crazy. Like 20 minutes north of here, you're at water.
Yeah.
And there's vineyards in some areas around there. And we have some winemakers who live in Creemore who have like put their name on some wines.
Yeah.
So those are all like, if you know, there's a few things here and there that are pretty interesting.
Yeah. We only heard about the beer Creemore, but I don't even know if it's from this place. But
Yeah.
Is it really?
It's, Creemore Brewery is just
right.
down. If you have a chance, you can check it out. But they're probably closed maybe now. But yeah, that's like the main iconic thing that sort of helps start this village, like in terms of the tourism industry.
so the
Yeah.
tourism was built around the Creemore Brewery.
It kind of was sort of, it started that way, yeah. But yeah, it's a really cute village.
What would you say like the number one attraction now is? in regards to Creemore?
I mean, the pine is great.
Yeah.
We've actually been, like, some people, depending on, like, the circles people move around in,
Yeah.
like, people sometimes come up from the city to come here, on their way to Collingwoon. But there's also, like, there's festivals in this part all the time. So, like, on Sunday, I don't know how long you guys are staying, but, like, on Sunday, there's, like, live music. Saturday morning, tomorrow morning, there's a farmer's market. So,
I'll
like,
probably check out the farmer's market before we head out.
yeah. So there's lots
it's
of
right
stuff.
here. There's like, oh, you're leaving on Saturday, so Sunday is live music.
Yeah.
Okay, so Champagne is a place in France.
Okay.
That you can, and it, but it's also a style of winemaking where you can make anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
So you just can't call it champagne. So it's like trademarks. But this is champagne from another part of France. So it's called like Blanc de Blanc or Brut, like which is French for dry. But try that. That's like Chardonnay Pinot Noir from France, made in the champagne same way as champagne. So 36 months in oak before they bottled it.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
So we love to pour this at the start of an evening.
Yeah.
Like this is crisp and fresh and dry, but like savory. Like there's like biscuity, bready, kind of yeasty flavor, but not too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
It's
cool.
like walking into a bakery. But like, you got pastries on the
That's a
go,
good way to
salad,
describe it.
right?
Yeah.
You got maybe some sweet things like lemon and apple on the counter. You're just getting your kind of.
As you were describing that, I was like picturing. I'm like, oh yeah. I can taste that. That's awesome.
It's also a great pairing with like fresh shucked oysters.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know, you like,
that's
just
true.
Like East
That
Coast,
would be good. These would be good.
yeah, like oysters on the half shell from East Coast Canada, like little lemon, and you
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's like champagne on a budget, right? So we sell that for $40 a bottle off the shelf.
Okay.
Our champagne, to put in perspective, is 80. So it's half the price of champagne. If you were blindfolded, you couldn't tell, almost couldn't tell the difference. So
Wow.
I love to find wines that are like bang for the buck.
Yeah.
Bread and butter.
Yeah, we'll take bread.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like there's a bakery that's closed right now, but they're down at the very end of the street, and it's like a Parisian bakery. The baker is trained.
Is it YF?
It's YF.
You know what? I was looking for something earlier. Someone's like, you have to go to this bakery tomorrow.
Yeah.
Called YF. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think this is gonna be the same thing. So YF. Yeah. So this is like the bakery.
So this bread is from YF, and it's like so good. So I'll slice it a little bit for you.
Sweet.
Yeah, and then we'll do it with the St. Bridget's butter.
Yeah, we'll give you some St. Bridget's. Opinions on butter, especially out here. A lot of people have cows and dairy, and they like. We have Sheldon Creek Dairy. It's like what the #1 coffee shops in Toronto use for their cappuccinos.
Yeah.
And lattes.
Yeah.
This is further out towards Niagara.
Yeah.
I think it's in. I'm not sure which part. But anyway, we'll give you some of this with the bread.
Yeah.
It's like yellow.
Yeah.
Like
Ooh.
it's not like pale. It's like
I
gold.
think I saw this guy
Golden
at
yellow.
the Restaurant Canada show.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
on Instagram a lot. They are really fun. The butter flavor is awesome. There's the blue one, which is salted. The green one is unsalted.
Oh.
I know there's a big market online for butter. Like I didn't realize that people were talking about the different types of butter, where it's from,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, that's a whole different ballgame to me.
yeah. It's like grass-fed cow, semi-organic.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like $15 for a block.
Really?
From the store next door.
Yeah.
She's got like the best stuff.
Oh wow.
She's called 100 Mile.
Yeah.
Everything comes from within.
Nice.
And
That's pretty solid.
just like someone asked the chef, like, who's anti-Bourdain?
Uh-huh.
Like, one of your last meals on earth, what would it be? And it's like good bread and good butter. Like, he's
Yeah.
French, but like,
Yeah. That makes sense.
What would be your last meal?
honestly, I'm like with the bread and butter answer,
Yeah.
but I'd probably do lobster rolls. Like,
Oh.
like, yeah.
That's not bad.
Montreal will be good.
So for you little Canadian wine, these guys are from BC, like just on the road through Kelowna.
Yeah.
There's this whole area called Summerland, and I can do different glasses.
Cheers.
The same glass, but anyway, rosé is kind of like had a bit of a renaissance. It's like mostly a misunderstood wine. You picture like pink wine being on a side of a swimming pool maybe, and it's like slightly sweet, trashy. But you can make it so many different ways. Chin chin.
Chin, yeah.
And that's Pinot Noir and Pinot Gris, the white grape and a red
Oh,
grape
that
together
smells-
in the same glass.
That smells so nice.
Yeah.
It's very light. I thought it was gonna be like.
Yeah. Yeah. And so this is more like savory in a way, like kind of
Oh, I didn't expect that to come out of that.
raspberry, beetroot,
Yeah.
kinda
Yeah.
like pomegranate. I don't know how to describe it specifically, but it's like tangy and like.
I was expecting a
almost like a
sweet.
beer.
Yeah, it's not at all what I expected.
Yeah.
Like the smell is.
Yeah. But natural wine is wine made with no sulfites.
Mhm.
So it's like something that you add at the end of winemaking to preserve it. So
Oh.
it's made with no sulfur. So this is what it says here. It's nothing added, nothing removed. It's kind of like it's just a pure expression of the grapes, wild yeast, bottled. No,
All in
no filtration,
nothing.
no,
Just raw.
no sulfur,
Yeah.
and you just get these more interesting flavors, but they're not for everyone.
Yeah. Oh, it's like,
So we like it kind of up here in the country to
Yeah.
drinking like
no,
kind of Canadian.
that's cool.
Like look at the gnarliest funk just like hanging in the
Right.
base of the bottle, but that's like usually filtered out with your wines. But that's like enzymes.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
actually preserve.
Oh heck yeah! So it does this on the
It's
part.
science, but
Yeah,
it's science.
it's interesting.
Alright, so we're using like St. Bridget's butter with local baguette from YNF. Cool. It's a good baguette. And great butter.
It's good to know that you like the cab, work cabs up. Yeah.
So good.
Because we're like, we're gonna give you a bit of a break from their empathy, but then, you know, we'll bring,
I think that was a library wine. Like he had
oh, it's harder.
in stock releases, and he had library.
Delicious. Yeah.
I'm going to pour you a little funky red. Just toss that out.
We finish this one.
Yeah, so this is brand new and exciting project. It's the wine is actually made in downtown Montreal. So it's an urban winery.
Yeah.
And the fruit is sourced from different farmers and growers, and then they bring all the grapes down to their winery and make the wines how they see fit. It's kind of like an interpretation of like so this is a blend of de Chaunac and Vidal. So Vidal typically makes like a sweet wine in Niagara,
Yeah.
right? And then de Chaunac is like it's a hybrid red grape from Stony Creek.
Okay.
Anyway, so it's a red and a white grape,
Yeah.
co-fermented and then bottled, no fining, no filtration, wild yeast again. But Commune is the producer of the wine in Montreal. So it's I haven't actually tasted it. I'll taste it with you. Do you want that?
No.
It's kind of got this like tart wildness to it, which is pretty fun.
I'm smelling cranberry, but I don't know if it's from the previous drink.
You said you wanted to learn a little bit. It's kind of fun.
This is awesome.
Yeah, I give the wine like a little air. It just helps it like breathe a bit and get kind of acclimatized.
But yeah, like I was supposed to learn, and then after that, I was just like, I'm probably not going to learn, but it's always interesting to hear everything and understand it a little bit. I think little tidbits here and there, but it's always the good story of like where the ingredients are coming from, whether it's the grapes, how it's made, who's making it, is it right? The fact that this one here is coming from Montreal and having different grapes come in.
Yeah, they're getting the grapes from here,
Yeah.
taking them from Montreal to make a wine there.
Is there a specific type of grape that they're looking for, or is it like
Flavor. It's just flavor. Like they like to make these wines that taste like the natural wines of France.
Yeah.
So cooler, less extracted, lighter, fresher. Like the way this wine was made is for this moment. Like honestly, like standing around a barrel with some light snacks, kind of chatting and drinking. It's not like a serious
serious wine. You know.
Let me get a new glass.
We should give these guys some shots out of it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So try
I
it.
just don't want you to ruin your dinner.
No worries. But the butter and bread is amazing.
That butter is.
I can do the whole baguette.
The St. Bridget's.
Yeah,
It's the best. Get a block if you can.
Yeah, we're gonna go tomorrow. And you said it was the next door from here, or
Yeah,
for the butter?
100 miles.
100 miles.
Right next store. There's like a tiny store between, but yeah.
Do the shops here close early?
They do. Everything's closed. The only reason they're open is because every Friday they do burgers.
Oh, this looks good.
Yeah, this is just like a mini version of our cheese board.
Yeah.
Let me just put
Looks-
this here.
That's if that's mini. I'm only imagining what the big one looks like.
Big mini.
So this is an 8-year-old Quebec cheddar. This is a triple cream Délice de Bourgogne from France. These are some ripe Ontario peaches. This is the YF baguette, which you had earlier, some cornichon, and then some rosemary crackers.
Sweet.
Yeah. Enjoy.
And so, how would you pair this together, or like eat together?
How would you pair this?
Like
Eh,
light fruitful reds.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kind of like
I like it
reds
with
with a little bit of fruit flavor.
I like it with white too. I would prefer with white myself, but it's like different people's different tastes.
Yeah.
Nice like
Yeah.
buttery Chardonnay you get.
Yeah. And also like, like a sparkling with the creamy cheese is also nice too.
Yeah.
So sort of
All right, let's try this
all
out.
different things.
But you can serve this chili. No, this would be the closest. It's just got that rich
Good.
cherry,
That cheese.
smoothness. I have a Barolo here.
That cheese is so good.
Alberto's, the niece.
Spot to open up shop.
Okay, so it's pretty funny because we weren't planning to open a wine shop.
Yeah.
It was like just this past Christmas. Some friends of ours have a farm and they were like, who wants a Christmas tree? So we like went to pick up a Christmas tree and then we're driving back home really hungry. And so I was just like on Google Maps and we were like, what's open now? I need a sandwich. And so we went to the Bank Cafe.
Yeah.
And then we were sitting in the window, and then I looked over here, and there was the refillery here, which is now down the street.
Okay.
But we were just coming in, and the woman who runs the refillery was just locking the door to go get a haircut. And she's like, oh, sorry, do you want to come in and buy something? I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to buy some shampoo. And so we come in, and the people here are so friendly. We end up just like chatting for like 20 minutes, her, Kieran, and I. And then as we're like kind of buying our soaps and shampoos to refill, she's like, oh, by the way, like I'm moving at the end of the month. So you can find me down the street, like in January. And we're like, oh, okay, cool. So what's like gonna happen to this space? She's like, oh, nothing yet. Like there's no one who's like, they haven't advertised it yet. And then that's when we're like, wait, this is such a cute little shop. Given it looked totally different before, it was like full of soaps and things. And it was like the middle of winter, but there was like this beautiful park across the street. We didn't know a lot about Creemore, but I don't know, we just had like a good feeling about this space. And so even though we like never planned to open a wine shop, we like thought about it over the holidays.
Yeah.
And we like thought about like the ceiling. And, I mean, we did a lot of renovations and stuff, but like, do you know what? Like we reached out to the landlord and we're like, let's just try opening it here. Like from what we knew about the area, like it's a great location. Like the locals are really friendly. They're really into like good food, good wine. It's a great destination for people from the city, not just from Toronto, but like we get people from Guelph, we get people from Collingwood, Barrie. It's like a really special town in Simcoe County. So yeah, we just thought we'd like roll the dice and try it.
Everyone who I've met so far is very nice here. And
Yeah.
you're right about those Christmas trees. We were driving, there's a lot of Christmas trees.
There are, yeah.
So is this like the Christmas tree town? Like I was looking like, why are there so many trees? Like
There's so many trees. I think people also grow it for like other industries as well,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
But yeah, it's funny, like these people that we met through Instagram, we weren't even like friends really, but they're like, hey, yeah, like at the time Kieran was just selling wine like privately through an agency, and
Yeah.
they connected with Kieran to be like, hey, can you drop off a 6-pack of wine to us? He was like, yeah, sure. And then they're like, yeah, by the way, you can come like chop down a tree if you want, which we'd never done before, like coming from.
Yeah, I've never done that either. Like mine's either plastic or
Yeah,
you know?
which is also totally fine. Yeah, but yeah, so we like went and chopped down a tree, threw it in the back of the car, and then yeah, just sat there in that window, looked over here, walked over here, started talking to Jackie, who tomorrow if you're walking down the street you can see her, but she's also like a Creemore fixture. Yeah, she just mentioned offhandedly that she was moving, and then we just here we are.
Yeah, I mean, like now you use fruition, right? So everything's here, all the hard work.
Yeah.
It's good to see that like something come from an idea to like.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And are you now like selling or like I guess also facilitating wine orders for other restaurants like in Collingwood, Blue Mountain area?
So Kieran used to do a bit of that.
Yeah.
But now, like, just running a shop takes so much energy, right? So we're mainly just here, like 4 days a week, and it's selling more like B2C, like to customers.
Yeah.
We definitely like support some of the restaurants, like or like event venues. Occasionally, they'll want help with providing the wines, and we've done that already a few times with like local event venues. Events for the like in the park here at Creemore. But yeah, it's kind of like different things for like different groups. Yeah, the restaurants usually have their like dedicated like wine director or like person who's like curating the wines, and then it's kind of like a small community here too. Like everyone kind of will ask advice, be like, oh hey, what are you doing with your wine list? What do you think about this wine? Yeah.
So far, everyone that came in so far, like they seem pretty like enthusiastic about the wine, so you know that it's a good like kind of
yeah, and it's been really good to like I think share new wines with different people, right, Kieran?
Yeah.
Like
you said earlier, like a lot of people who live in Creemore like travel the world and ended up retiring here. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a lot of like kind of like expectations for like some good wine or some good food,
Yeah.
You're trying to bring the world to Creemore, is basically what you're doing.
Yeah, that's exactly like some of the best compliments we get are people come in here and they're like, I lived in Paris for 3 years and this is exactly like Paris. Or they're like, I lived in New York. This totally reminds me of like my favorite New York wine bar. And we're like, really? We didn't even try to do that. But we kind of joke about how, all of this is now in this like little spot in Creemore.
Yeah. It feels like when I walked in, I'm like, it feels like I went into a Montreal shop.
Oh yeah. For everybody, like we say, like Kieran's like the wine expert, and then I'm like the civilian. And sort of like between the two of us, like when people come in, Kieran can talk like at night about every single bottle here. And then I'm kind of like in the background for the other person who's like, hey, like what wine would be good for a pool party?
That'd be me coming in for the pool party.
Yeah.
No, but this is good. Congratulations on the brand new opening.
Thank you.
And wish you all the best for everything. And I'm pretty sure the fact that you're very passionate about what you do and the way I've just seen you talk to everybody, I'm pretty sure everything's gonna go well.
No, thank you.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, sure.
I think that's the main thing, just being passionate about what you do.
Having fun with it and being serious, but like
and I think that's also the shift from what you did before, because you used to say like sell like B2B, right? So you don't actually get to talk to the customer, like the people who are actually gonna enjoy it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Whereas that's sort of what's maybe like new and exciting again for like Kieran, especially like to literally be talking to the person who's like, hey, I'm making a fish dinner tonight. It's my like son's 12th birthday.
that happens all the time. Yeah. People are like, I'm doing a pasta plate. If you got like, what would you recommend? It's like cook it. You might pair wine with food, but like they're taking it home to bring something nice to that table.
I think this is where the client relationship is, like, because you're now in everyone's home. Because now that people are having dinner, the wine that they're having is we're with them, right?
Yeah.
So now they'll come back like, hey, now every time they're like, hey, I had that fish, I had this pasta dish, I also had this great wine that I got from.
Yeah,
right?
And then they come back and they'll be like, oh my gosh, that wine you recommended to me was great. Because we have this big list that people can try from, but this doesn't capture everything here. Like we rotate this all the time to try and like cover all this stuff, but it's sort of like the same thing you're talking about cheese. For a lot of times people just have to trust what we're telling them.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, I think you'll love this. And they're just like, okay, we'll try it.
Yeah, it's like a pretty big commitment. Bottle of wine. You never taste it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always finish the wine and do another one, but cheese, you're like,
that's not good cheese, and you have a whole block. You're even like, but it's happened a few times where you're like, this sounds good, and then you're like, it's not towards my palate, but then now you have this whole block of cheese sitting in your fridge, right?
Yeah.
But at least with wine, you're like, I can consume that.
I can consume it, or like worst case, I can cook with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's thankfully not happened yet.
Yeah.
But
There's some cheeses where I just couldn't like eat the whole
you
thing.
can't even like grate it into like
Yeah.
a pasta or anything.
No, sometimes you're just like, I might have to take the L on this and get a new one. But
Yeah. Yeah, and then we also like we carry a lot of like non-wine stuff. We carry like non-alcoholic things.
and is that for all like local or is that from international
A
companies?
few, the beers are all local, like so local craft beers, and then we have a couple like non-alcoholic options. So like one that's really popular is a hibiscus sparkling juice
Okay.
from Montreal, and that's kind of nice because like we serve it in a wine glass, and then
Yeah.
people can drink it with their wine drinking friends, like because not everyone wants to drink wine.
Yeah.
I
I think hibiscus is like what I've been having this past whole week. So I went to a restaurant recently, and they used hibiscus water or juice to marinate their meats.
Interesting.
And then I was like, okay. And then when you mentioned hibiscus, I was just like, everyone's using hibiscus.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Oh, I have loads.
yeah, they're amazing brand.
Yeah. I work at a climbing gym,
Thank you.
and that's what we have.
Oh,
We have the exact same one.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's really good.
There's
It's
like this is the fizzy one.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is delicious.
Papillon.
Yeah.
And
it's actually really good.
there's a little mint in there.
And it's just like 4 ingredients, I think, which is really cool. So it's, carbonated water,
Yeah.
cane sugar, hibiscus, and mint.
It's very
Yeah.
refreshing.
Yeah, it sounds kind of good.
Hey everybody, we're here today at The Pine in Creemore, Ontario. They are a top 40 restaurant, and that's a top 40 restaurant in Canada. So we're gonna go and check it out. I heard there's a lot of farm to table type items here. I checked out the menu, so it looks pretty good. So pretty excited to try out The Pine today. Here we go. All right, so here's The Pine. We're gonna go ahead and walk in. Oh, look, very nice. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
I sent my boss.
Oh, this is nice.
I just have this right here.
Oh, sweet. Thank you very much. Wow, this interior is amazing. And they have an open concept kitchen, which shows all the platings. Looks like they use a lot of materials from like nature within their plating, which is crazy. It's pretty good. So here's the open concept kitchen where everyone's gonna be plating and making the dishes, which is great because it lets you see what they're making, also be able to talk to the chefs and see what they're making. So right now we're doing the tasting here, and it's got quite a few items here. It looks like it's 5, 10, 15, about 18 dishes here. So we're gonna start with a tea egg, bull's blood rosette, 3 a.m. barbecue, lobster kong yu bing, the French concession, sourfish soup, scallop and crazy water, zheng shui dan, carrot, refresh, du jiao, husband and wife meat slice, haskap tong shui, strawberry puff, and lace. So pretty good. So overall it's $185 per person, and then wine pairings are $85 and $125 depending on which item you choose.
So this company is actually from Australia. It is a company that does non-alcoholic juices, but also pairs them with some sort of berries for jus and kind of wine too. That's been removed and stripped of all of its alcohol. So these ones are really fun. They incorporate fruit, and especially with the summer, we tend to enjoy them because notes of chamomile and raspberries, they go really well with the floral notes of the menu.
Sweet, thank you.
Afternoon was good.
Afternoon was great.
Fantastic. I'm Jeremiah, by the way. If you need anything, please don't hesitate. Okay?
Thank you very much, Jeremiah. All right, so we have the number one, which is like wild raspberries and chamomile. And honestly, this is a really good drink. Like, you can feel all the tart and the berries right in the beginning, and as you taper off, you have like the chamomile floral taste to it, which is great. It's amazing. Yeah, very berry right in the beginning, and then floral at the end. Usually when you have a drink that has like raspberry and when you have raspberry and the chamomile, like it mixes into something else. But this one, you can tell the two different notes, which is great. Overall, great drink. All right, so we have, is it Jeremiah or
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. All right, cool. So tell us a little about the pine. When did you guys start and what's it all about?
So this is actually the Pine 2.0 technically, because the Pine used to be a restaurant in Collingwoon.
Yeah, we saw that when I tried Googling it.
Yeah.
It was showing me that location.
Yeah. Updating shortly. But we, Jeremy and Cassie, they bought this place almost just, let's say we've been open for almost 4 months. So they pretty much gutted this place. This place used to be actually a gas station.
Really?
Which was quite unique. A lot of work was put into it, specifically from them both. Their parents, their friends, everyone kind of got together. And the original Pine used to be a restaurant that was about 800 square feet, max, and that's max, which didn't accommodate as many people. The Pine itself has evolved over the years. Today in its kind of form, it's a Chinese-inspired tasting menu, utilizing a lot of our local ingredients. So outside we have our own planters, where we take a lot of our garnish, as well as Cassie, the Chef Jeremy's partner. They have a farm, which they can kind of source a lot of their things. We use, and I'm not going to spoil a lot of the menu surprises, but we use stuff from kind of around the area, but ultimately mixing into Chef Jeremy's training. So he used to work in China, and he wanted to bring those flavors along to showcase its such unique character that we can apply to Canadian ingredients. So
Where in China did he?
I will save a little bit of that so that you get a little bit of story as the menu goes along.
I would love to hear the storytelling.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of a narrative that gets explained throughout the menu, just because it showcases a lot of history behind where Jeremy has worked, and
You know what? Let's save it for the meal. And now I'm excited for
Yeah.
It's hyping me up for this meal. Thank you.
And I hope so. Please, if you have any questions, just keep asking, and I'll try my best to keep it a little ambiguous for you.
Sweet. Thank you very much.
So it's the first snack of the evening that's here. So we have hen's eggs soaked in black tea, star anise, and soap. Inside filled with like a smoked mustard, deviled egg filling. Canadian gold sturgeon caviar, dianthus, marrow, Queen Anne's lace, and then like a Chinese espadrille. We recommend you eat this in 2 to 3 bites with your hands.
Thank you. All right, so this is the first dish. This is the tea egg. So it looks like it's egg marinated in tea, which is usually within the Chinese cuisine. So yeah, I was thinking there's lots of florals too, and I think that's caviar in the middle. All right, let's grab it. Yeah. Cheers. Very good. Like the egg in the middle, the yolk has a really good taste to it. Smoky. Yeah.
This is the bull's blood rosette, made from bull's blood beets. No actual bull's blood in this. You have a little overwintered parsnip, caramelized St. Andrew's aged cheddar. Then on top you have sweet alyssum, purple alyssum, and cornflowers. We recommend you kind of pick the whole thing up and eat it like a little tostada.
Sweet. Good. Thank you very much. So here's the bull's blood rosette with no bull's blood, but. Alright, so let's try this. We're supposed to eat it like a tostada. So here we go. Cheers. That's the best corn chip I've ever had. But with the cream as well, it's very good. It's legit. That's the best corn chip I've ever had. Thank you. Oh wow. What the heck? It's really good. Right?
That is actually the best corn chip I've ever had.
So what we have here is the 3 a.m. barbecue. This is inspired by when you leave the bars in Mochi and you're looking for a little something to soak up the alcohol. Preferably, you're looking for a man, no shirt, steak hanging out his trap, and he's cooking up some schwan. In other words, skewers. So what we have here is chicken and sweet Sicily sausage with APA honey and a Logan raw emulsion. Also to top it off, we have a green oxalis sleeve and oxalis flour.
Awesome.
Great, enjoy.
Thank you. Next dish we have is the 3 a.m. barbecue. So they had a pretty good explanation on what this is. So it's like a chicken skewer. Check that out. Pretty cool. I've never had a chicken skewer like this.
No, I have not.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh, man. Nice, warm, smoky. Yeah, it's like a barbecue. It's like off the grill.
That's good.
Okay, so here we have the lobster sauté. So we have a traditional crispy scallion pancake with a lobster and jambon salad with some Quebec retained shrimp. We also have some calendula leaves, cyan garlic, and a phlox on top with a lemon broth. Please enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you. Kong Yu Bing.
Look at that shit. That's just one mouthful.
Good.
Okay, my friends. Next up, here's the French concession, inspired by the French occupation in China. Kind of as the French were surrounded by Chinese, this is the French dish amongst Chinese dishes. At the very bottom, it's sourdough. We pan-sear it in brown butter and then glaze it in kabayaki, which is like a sweet soy sauce. You have a foie gras ganache, and then the 3 dots on top are made with sour prune jam and camelot vinegar. You have some meadowwood sorrel on top. We encourage you to try and do this one in 3 bites, and do a bite for each dot of jam. Enjoy.
We got to do this in 3 bites. Cheers.
It's a really strong flavor.
Each layer and each thing here complements each other, whether it's from the texture from the bottom, the middle of the pate, which is creamy, and then it's like the jelly on top. It's a very interesting dish.
Really strong.
Really strong.
Like it really hits the flavor.
For the last bite, I'm going to put it on my tongue just to taste everything.
I heard that.
Yep.
Super good.
Alright, so this is the sour fish soup. It's inspired by swan sayu or swan tangi. So on the bottom you have fermented fennel prawns, Shanghai chilies, and sawtooth coriander. Then on top you have a little lovage twill, chrysanthemum powder, poached albacore tuna. It's been almost pickled in a little seaweed vinaigrette with pickled turnip.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then you have 3 sauces. So the yellow one there is a little choke cherry vinegar béarnaise. Then on top of that is sea buckthorn emulsion, black garlic, and fermented apple jam. Okay.
Thank you. All right, time to dig into the scallop in crazy water.
Unfortunately, I cannot enjoy it. I'm allergic to this. Sucks. It looks delicious.
So far, this is the best dish here.
It's that sound of enjoyment. If you're a chef, that's what you want. You want to hear from your customers.
No, but it's legit good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, you ordered it.
Place.
Like, that was so delicious.
I forgot your seafood allergy. So, you know.
A little bit about Creemore, right?
Yeah.
Because when you think about a restaurant like this, you think, you know, like Europe, when you're kind of in the middle of nowhere, you have this like amazing restaurant.
Yeah.
But like part of the journey is the drive to get here, right?
Oh.
Kind of see a little bit of the countryside. So.
Yeah.
Those hills are.
It was very hilly.
You go through Malmo, right?
We went through up in these where I'm like, I don't know if my car can make some. I'm looking and then I'm going down and I'm like, I don't know if I can stop.
Yeah.
You can hear the car struggle.
Wild, eh? Malmo is like, those are some big hills.
Yeah, I didn't realize how hilly it was, but.
Where else did you go?
So far we went to Chin Chin. We walked around. We saw a band cafe. A lot of the other places were closed early, but we're gonna try and do the farmers market in the morning.
Oh, wonderful.
And then everyone told us to go to YF for like their coffee and baked goods. And then your friends at Chin Chin provided like pieces of the baguette. Amazing baguette with the
Baguette's wild. Eh? I
Yeah.
was like, I don't even know if I've seen a baguette like that ever.
Yeah, that's a
Like
really
all
good
the bubbles
baguette.
on the outside? Yeah. Very rare to see.
Very good baguette.
Yeah. They do a good job. Also, the lavender farm is pretty cool, but it's just like really good, like Instagrammable. It's just like a lavender field.
Where's that? Is that near here
It's
too?
in Purple Hill, so it's like literally up the street. It's another good thing to do like during the day. It's a good shoot. Live too. Like when you come down the hill, it's like this whole other universe. And like the people here, it's like the center of the universe. Right?
Yeah.
So nothing really happens outside of Creemore.
Yeah.
Which is amazing, right? Like all the houses, like when you come in, it's like pretty wild.
I didn't expect a lot of this stuff to be here, right?
Yeah, neither did I.
Which is really good. Very unexpected.
That's why we wanted to come too.
Yeah. Quick question. You had mentioned this, so this is like an Asian-inspired menu.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Specifically, yeah.
So we're in China. Did you like train
I
or?
worked in Shanghai for 3 years.
Yeah.
Wuxi, which is like, you know where Wuxi is? Yeah. I worked out like an hour outside of Wuxi, Hong Kong, and then like Beijing and Chengdu.
Okay. So very experienced, like travel for different types.
Yeah, for sure. So like Chinese is like, I mean, obviously it's inspired by Chinese food, but it's not necessarily anything authentic, right? Because in order to put your own spin on it, you can't really do anything authentic, right? So, but we have like 100,000 BTU wok, charcoal. It's like 3 types of wood fires.
Okay.
You kind of see it outside, like that's what we're building in the future. Like a Josper oven. Wow. Yeah, it's dope. Super
That's
dope.
pretty cool.
I gotta tell my friends about this place.
Yeah, it's fun, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, like.
you're like not expecting anything like
No,
this when you come here, right?
Yeah.
Far
You have a
from.
walk in like Creemore, Ontario.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, yeah, we do.
Like if you didn't tell
It's
me
like the
where I
most
was.
ridiculous thing to have.
And I'll tell them like it used to be a gas station.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
People used to drive into it, get a car like fixed.
Oh, this is the garage bit, right?
Yeah. And we were gonna like cover it up, right?
Yeah.
And then we go to like take this thing out, and it's like 1 billion pounds.
Yeah.
We're all like, there's like 5 of us. And we're like,
We're
okay,
like, no, we're just gonna
or,
do it.
like just like put it back in, put it back in, put it back in.
Yeah. I didn't realize how
Seal
heavy
it.
garage doors were until I had to fix it.
Yeah, like the spring, right? The
Oh yeah,
spring
once the
goes.
spring goes,
Yeah, exactly. Not
it's like
good.
1 billion pounds, bro.
Yeah, so that was a nerve-wracking day because we did like all the work too, me and my wife. So
How many members do you have in your staff here?
4, 6, 7. There's 2 other people. 9.
So 9 total.
Yeah, but like before we were rocking with like 3 to 4 people.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So the same number of people.
Half.
Half?
But like the space itself
like you couldn't fit anymore. It was like the more people you had, the more uncomfortable it got.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Like,
that makes sense.
It's like 300. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
Like, the numbers count for nothing. It was like that. We could control everything because it was like all kind of set up like this.
Yeah.
Where we would like all the cutlery was here. It was like we eliminated hours of work.
Yeah.
Because of the way it was designed, which was
very beneficial.
Pretty, it was good, but and this is like a whole other beast in general. Right?
I'm loving the vibes here.
Okay, so this is inspired by zhong trui then. It's a Chinese steamed egg custard. On top you have scallion oil, a little fermented corn, roasted corn, and pork fat. And then you have what we call is like a black corn shoyu, which is made from this. So we take black corn, which is cooked essentially for 12 days. It's like a slowly caramelized corn, almost like a caramelized onion or a black garlic, let's say. Then we shave it, and then essentially make a soy sauce out of another batch of shoyu that we make. So that's what it seasons the entire dish. And then we fry everything in a wok at 100,000 BTU. So when you eat this, you want to dig to the bottom, you cut the egg first. You kind of get that all in everything, okay?
Thank you.
You are correct. This is the carrot and brown butter delta. So a Chinese dumpling that's topped with a takoyaki and brown butter sauce with a little bit of chives.
Sure.
This dish specifically is really taking into the simplicity of the dumpling, really highlighting ingredients that are humble, such as carrot, butter, and chives, and making something of an elegant dish out of really humble ingredients. Hope you enjoy.
It smells pretty good.
What?
How did you eat it?
I went. I sent it.
We go right in the middle?
Yeah. Just get all the soup. Kind of messed up there.
Wow. I took one bite.
Me too. Don't worry. Damn, that sauce is so good.
It's good. It's a brown butter.
That sauce is good. Wow, that sauce slaps.
I didn't taste too much of the carrot, but
Yeah, I don't know where the carrot was.
a lot of brown butter. Right, so part of the refresh is, I guess, going into the back to check it out. So let's take a look here. Oh, something smells so smoky here. Oh, thank you. Hi. Oh, this is amazing.
How many seats did you increase from your location in Collingwood?
Were you in Collingwood before?
We hadn't been.
So
it was on our list.
we wanted to just take a little break in between the courses.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a refresh course. It really just gives you the opportunity to come out and see a lot of the garden, and a lot of what we get to do here is on to the plate, which is fun. This is a freezy, so just a little bit of a refreshing entrance before we go into the heavier main course. It's a freezy made out of sour plum as well as honeysuckle, and then after non-3. So this one is non-alcoholic, and it's done with yuzu, a little bit of whole oranges, and as well cinnamon, a little bit of spice there to tie everything in together.
It's like a palate cleanser.
That's it.
Awesome. You're talking about like the other ones are heavier? I'm already full, man. I'm like almost ready to tap out.
That's why you gotta keep going.
Yeah.
So we have dry-cured rainbow trout from Manitoulin Island. We grill it over charcoal and we glaze it in a miso made from red fife. We serve it with charred spring onion, summer squash, and galena tomato. And then in the center there, you have fermented chili beurre blanc and chive.
Thank you. It's trout. All right, so here's the trout.
So here we have the husband and wife meat slice just before we carve it. So what we have is 30-day dry aged pork chop from Good Family Farm in Beeford. So locally sourced, and we just figured we'd like to show you guys before getting into it. Can you smell it? It's delicious, right?
Yeah. So this is inspired by Fuji Fake as a husband and wife meat slice. So you have a little braised maitake mushroom, Malabar spinach. In the middle you have a tonado sauce with prickly ash, essentially made from confit tuna. And then you have a jus made from veal tenderloin, and that's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
Good.
oh wow.
So I tried to do everything separately and then put everything together.
Yeah.
Jarrell taught me that. So you have an idea how they all mix together after.
That sauce is good.
The yellow one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like sesame sauce.
I don't know. It almost tastes like peanuts. It might be. What's the sauce in the middle again?
It's a tuna tonado. It's kind of like a tuna mayo with Szechuan peppercorn and chili ash.
Okay, so good. Next.
Okay, moving away from our main courses, we're going to go into our dessert. So this one is going to be the Yunnan cheese. A little bit different as one of the only areas in China that actually does dairy and cheese is the Yunnan region. So here we're using halloumi cheese, and then it's done with a fermented rose jam, as well as dianthus flowers on top to finish it off. Enjoy.
All right, so we're gonna try the Yunnan cheese. Here it is. Warm. Still chewy, rubbery. So it's not like a soft cheese, but like they fried it. So
There's a dip in the middle.
was there?
Yeah.
I missed the dip. That was my fault. Wow. Here's the Yunnan cheese. Oh wow. Way better with the sauce,
Right? Yo, I like that smoke first.
I know.
Tastes like meat.
I know that flavor. Let me ask what sauce that was. The strawberry?
Yeah, like a yogurt. Right?
Definitely sweet or tart. But yeah, pretty good cheese.
At the very bottom is a pudding made with fermented hascap and peach. On top, hascap veal and a peach jam. And then we pour over a cordial or a tea that we make with all of our Niagara View plums, then split with a lemon balm.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so time for dessert.
That is so fancy.
That is very good. Chamomile?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, they did.
Alright, folks. This is a hell of a dish here. HKFT stands for Hong Kong style French toast. It's milk bread on top, caramelized condensed milk. The yellow is duck egg yolk that we cure in salt and then shave over the top. We finish it with molten salt. And then in the bottom of the bowl is just sweetened milk. It's akin to a cereal milk. So we encourage you, when you're finished with the French toast, as you would a bowl of cereal, just go ahead and drink it.
Wow, sweet. Thank you. This is like my favorite thing to eat. Wow. That last bite was so good. Yeah.
Salad sleeve, and then there we have a buckwheat and red buttercream lace cookie. So this is what you must do. You have to take the puff, one bite. This is our recommendation, and then the cookie to follow. Okay, please enjoy.
So we gotta take the puff in one bite and the cookie to follow. We're gonna Mark, this is our last dish. So we gotta take this puff on first, and then we're gonna take this cookie. So we're gonna cheers it out here.
It's been a great journey. Oh, some sauce in there.
Yeah. So cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Oh, good. Oh, good, guys.
Bro, what? Bro, what?
Bro, what? Delicious. Again, texture. Lots of texture game.
For everybody.
Very good dinner today.
For everybody.
That was a good way to finish the dinner.
That was absolutely amazing.
I don't even know what was in there, but it was good.
That's all I have to say.
All right, so we're finishing up our dinner here at The Pine, which is in Creemore, Ontario. I think it was about 15, 18 items here. Everything is Asian inspired, so whether it's from China, Shanghai, Beijing, Hong Kong. There's a lot of dishes in here which you'll find which has been inspired from somewhere in China. And honestly, everything here has been amazing. A lot of detail, a lot of great things to put in the presentation, a lot of texture play in regards to whether it was crunchy, something was like smooth. There's always like one or two, there's always more than two textures in the majority of the dishes, which was really great. In regards to the taste, it was 100% there. Honestly, and the service was fantastic. My water was never empty for more than like a minute. Anytime someone left up, like the napkins were all folded, everything was always cleaned. The storytelling to every dish here was also really good. They were able to provide a little bit of history into the dish that they were making, on where the ingredients came from, and a little bit of story in regards to the background of the dish itself. So overall, storytelling, temper with one or two dishes, a lot of texture play, hospitality service, amazing experience overall.
The aesthetics of the place too, let's not miss that. Like, the space is beautiful, it's open. You see everybody walking around, front of staff, front of house, back of house. Everything was just top notch. I'd definitely come back.
Yeah, and even for that refresh period, we were able to go in the back and then check out like the garden.
Yeah. Oh.
And then do all this. Crazy.
Great.
Anyways, highly recommend check out The Pine. If you're ever going on your way to Collingwood or Blue Mountain, highly recommend to check this out. And if you do come here, let us know what you think. If you haven't been here, I don't know why you haven't, because you definitely should. Anyways, feel free to comment, subscribe below, and we're out. Peace.
Hello, everybody. Today we're here in Creemore, Ontario, and we're actually going to go to the brewery called Creemore, which is right here. And so I'm not sure if you've had Creemore before. I definitely have. And so this is where they actually distill a lot of their drinks. So they also have like a place that you can sit, a place that you can eat. So it's a good bar and stuff to chill at. So this is pretty cool in regards to hanging out. So here's their tasting room. So they got a brewery here inside. You know what, let's take a look. I'm gonna probably buy a Creemore. Oh, look at that. This is the Direct Fire Brew, original copper kettle from Creemore. They have like a bar and tap and everything, and then you can buy their beers right here. This is where Creemore is from, which is pretty cool.
All right, so they got these lavender sour Creemore, which I don't think I've ever seen before, which is pretty cool because you know what? There's actually a lavender farm really close by.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good idea. We should take a look for this lavender farm.
Yeah, actually, let's check it out.
All right, so here's the Creemore Brewery or Distillery. I think the other one that we just went to was the tasting room. So take a look at this. Oh yeah, it is. I think they got their big kettles in there. Or not kettles, or those copper kettles, right? Creemore. So this is where they make all your Creemore stuff. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a fermenting cellar in there.
Did you know about that?
Yeah, so I didn't. But this is the man who put Creemore on the map. All right, so across the street, head over to YF. Everyone told us to go to YF as they've got like the best coffees, best baguettes, best pastries in this town of Creemore. And if it wasn't just one person who said it, it was like 5, 6 different people that said it. Oh, here it is, YF. This looks pretty cool. Patisserie chocolatier. All right. Let's take a look. Wow. Hi, how are you? Doing well, doing well. Like 10 different people said that you guys had the best pastries here.
Yeah.
So, and coffee too or something like that.
Yeah, we do. We have our
Yeah?
menu up there.
Sweet. Oh, sorry.
We also have cold drinks.
And cold drinks too? Poached pear, pastry, apricot. This is legit. And they have bonbons. You know it's a really good chocolate spot when they have bonbons. I'll take a medium. And what would you say your like #1 pastry or?
I would say the chocolate croissants are pretty popular.
Yeah.
A lot of people do like the apricot and our peared walnut Danish.
Paired
We have,
walnut
like,
Danish.
different ones. Do you want me to go through?
No, it's okay. I will do the apricot and the chocolate Danish or the chocolate croissant.
Are they all right in the same bag? Or separate?
Same bag's fine. Yeah, thank you. Pretty big pastry and chocolate spot. So YNF has this really cool patio outside. So after you grab your coffees and your pastries, you can come out here, enjoy the weather. And it's right in front of Creemore Springs, which is the Creemore Brewery, which they're known for. Actually, Creemore Brewery is the one that put this place on the map. So I think a lot of the jobs and everything that when they first started, I guess years ago, was because of Creemore Brewery. All right, so we're at YNF Patisserie, and everybody told us to come here for coffees and pastry because it's the best in town. So I actually got 2 things. I like the apricot Danish right here, and I also got a chocolate croissant. I think I'm gonna start with the chocolate first, and then go into the apricot. It's very flaky.
Sí, exacto. Es que se trata de una acomodar. Y otra vez arranqué con muchas cosas. Así.
It's good Danish or croissant.
Sí, pues realmente todo se ha ido como, ha ido fluyendo, pero a veces también.
And here is the iced coffee. Pretty good. Pretty good. And then Mark got the pistachio.
Look at that. Look at the green.
I didn't even know there was a pistachio croissant.
Are you gonna get that?
You can have half of this. I would have ordered the pistachio over the chocolate, if I have to be honest with you. Yep. Alright, so we're gonna go for this pistachio croissant here. It's amazing. And they have pieces of pistachio. Pretty good.
Pretty big pieces, yeah.
Wow.
So good.
We have the apricot here, which is sick. Like, it smells really good too. Good. This is really good. This apricot's really good.
Whoa, look at the size of that. Some good slices, eh?
You want some? Rip the back off. Rip it off.
Here, grab your side.
Cool. Okay. All right, so we're just finishing up here at YF. It's a patisserie and chocolatier place. So they had like bonbons, they had a lot of chocolates that you can get. I wish I got a bonbon, but I don't have sweet tooth right now. That's a lie. But we actually got the croissants. So I had a apricot Danish, and I had the chocolate croissant. Mark had the pistachio, which had a piece of, which is also delicious. And I've got my iced latte with the oat milk, which is great. So we're about to finish up here in Creemore, but there's about one more place we're going to visit. And I think it's going to be the Lavender farm, because we walked across from Creemore Brewery. And as we were walking, there was a lavender sour drink that they had. And it reminded me of something that they mentioned last night at the Pine, was that there was a lavender farm here. So we're going to probably go and visit that right after here. And then check it out.
Can we get baguettes?
You want to get a baguette?
I don't know.
It's up to you. If you want to grab a baguette. Mark really wants a baguette. So it was because we got these baguettes while we were doing our wine tasting yesterday, which was great. And they had these St. Bridget butter that was used with it. Amazing. So the combo with the fresh baguette here, plus that St. Bridget butter, amazing. You know what? Yeah. If you want, grab what we get. I'd like a half if possible.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, overall, great time eating. Honestly, if you told me to come Creemore and the food here was phenomenal, it was a food town, I wouldn't believe you. But from the wine tasting, the baguettes, the butters, the cheeses that we had, and then the amazing, phenomenal dinner at the Pine, to the pastries that we had this morning, phenomenal. Definitely recommend check out Creemore. Definitely lots to see in regards to small town environment. Everyone here is super friendly. A lot of scenic escarpments that you can actually go visit. There's a lot of trails. And if you go a little bit north of here, just south of Collingwood, there's these caves, Nada Wasaga caves, that you can go visit. So it's got a little bit of a viewpoint from what I saw on Google Maps. And then around here, they have like, I guess, preservation or natural conservation reserves that you can just walk around, which is really cool. So definitely, if you're into hiking, if you're into food, you'll definitely want to come into Creemore because there's a lot to see here. And honestly, a lot of the people here are super friendly. Everyone that we've passed by is open to conversation. Everyone is willing to talk. A very friendly community, and it's something that I miss in Toronto too, because you just can't go up to random people in Toronto because they'll probably just give you that cut eye stare, right? But overall, Creemore is a fantastic place to visit. All right, so we're leaving YF and walking down Mill Street across Creemore, and someone told us that there is a jail cell here. And it's actually the world's smallest jail, or maybe Ontario's smallest jail cell. So we just gotta find it.
It's left at the LCBO.
Where's the LCBO?
Right here.
Is this the LCBO?
Yeah, it's down this street. Look, they got pottery too for people that are hobbyists.
Okay.
Got some awesome bikers.
Yeah. Pretty cool street overall. Like you got the pastry shops, you have the wine shops, you have these small candle shops, pottery shops. How far is it?
Down this street.
This looks like a pretty far walk, man.
A little bit, huh? Gotta get our steps in. 400 meters. This is Edward Street. We get down to Liberty Street and make a left.
All right, so we're gonna go down the street. Probably speed this up a little bit, but. All right, so there's a little bit of a walk, but you know what? We're here at Creemore Log Cabin and North America's smallest jail. So this is a pretty cool thing. Yeah, so this is the jail cell here.
Door's open.
What are you getting arrested for? Little lockup. All right.
No way. Oh, that's pinch.
These are pretty small jail cells.
Dude. We should have friends.
Let's keep you warm in this cold winter.
This is the jail though.
This is a pretty small jail.
No, seriously.
Yo, you want to go in so I can lock you up?
Yeah, man. That's it.
Yeah, these are small jail cells. Make sure you do not get arrested. So for half a century, this lockup served as a secure place to jail lawbreakers. Basically for offenses for drunkenness, disturbing the peace, and basically for a place for inmates to be kept overnight. So a lot of times if you were drunk, this is where you'd end up.
Drink too much Creemore?
Yeah, too much Creemore and you'd end up here.
End up in here, man. This is it. Wow. Yeah. This is the size of a closet. Yo, man, I'm too smashed. I can't.
What am I doing here?
It's a drunk tank.
You know what? That's pretty much what this is. It's a drunk tank. Hello, we're here to clean your ducts. Duct cleaning service.
Hello. See you moving in there. Your ducks look a little filthy.
What's in here? Oh, they kept it as is. Anyways, the door's closed. We're not unable to come in. This cabin used to be owned by Creemore's most prominent person, who was a wagon maker. And the reason why they were a wagon maker was because they used 10 different types of trees within the area to make wagons, and possibly also this cabin. Hey everybody, we are here in Creemore, Ontario, just about to finish off our Creemore experience. And with the Creemore experience, we checked out the town, which was great. You actually can go down Mill Street where there's a lot of shops there. So you have like a candle shop, you have the bookstore, the pottery store. Yeah. You can check out Bank Cafe. There's a small market or town, which they usually have festivals for the weekend. Yep. So you have like music festivals, a farmer's market there on the weekends. And the one thing that we checked out, which was pretty cool, was this wine shop called Chin Chin. It's a mom and pop shop where it's a couple that runs it, and they recently just opened it. And they actually bring out wines from internationally and locally sourced as well, which are really great. So they were able to provide us like more information on the wine. And they gave us some fabulous baguettes, which was from YF.
YF, yeah.
And they used the butter from St. Bridget, which they got at 100 Mile, or I believe it's a 100 Mile store. So the store right near to them. And then right after that, we went for dinner at an amazing restaurant called The Pine. The Pine is a fairly new restaurant. So Pine was originally in Collingwood, did Pine number 2, which is now here in Creemore, Ontario. And honestly, it's a very nice spot. It's very spacious. The food there was amazing. The drinks were really delicious. I mean, they got the number 1, number 7, number 3, I believe, which are like non-alcoholic drinks. And also the service that we had from Jeremy and Jeremiah was amazing. Very informative. The storytelling was crazy. Definitely a place to check out if you were ever in Creemore, Ontario. And now we're here at the Lavender Farm.
Yeah, it's not as lavender as I thought it was, but that's because we're off season right now. If you guys come back end of July, end of June, they said too?
Yeah, end of June to middle of July, it's all electric
prime.
purple. Yeah. So that's when you want to come here and check it out. But there's still a lot of people, as you can tell, that come visit Creemore, Ontario. So on a beautiful summer day, this is where you want to come check it out. Right before this, we actually also went to a place called YF, which had really good baguettes and patisseries or pastries. We had the apricot. I also had the chocolate croissant, and you had
I had the pistachio croissant and just like an iced coffee. And I think that was just enough. It was delicious. The flavors were there. I would definitely try to come back for the rest of the pastries because we didn't get to try them all.
Yeah,
but
so, yeah, definitely wanted to check that out. But overall, we had a great time in Creemore, Ontario. And if there's something else that you want to do, there's a lot of trails here too. So whether it's by Noisy River, for the park, or if you go to another couple of trails here, there are a lot of places where you can take your dogs, go for a walk, take your family, have a nice day out. Lots of places to enjoy with nature.
And it's only, what, an hour and a half away from the city?
Yeah, hour and a half north of the city, which
bad.
is south of Wasaga, south of Collingwood. Definitely a place to check out.
On your way to Blue Mountain.
Yeah. Anyways, we just want to end that here. If you've been to Creemore, Ontario before, let us know what you've enjoyed. And if you haven't been here, I highly recommend to check it out. Anyways, we're out of here. Peace.
Peace.